Hi friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and this is so exciting because today we're doing a tutorial with the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first saw the color scheme in here, I was not excited, like whatsoever. Like, this did not call to me. This is not my kind of color scheme. But as I started seeing people put up reviews, a lot of people were really liking the palette. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try it out. So on the second weekend of the VIB sale, I picked it up, and I have to say I am pleasantly surprised. I did not expect to like this at all, but I really like the way this look came out. On top of that, she came out with 2 new glitter shades in this palette, and you guys know the glitter shade in the Desert Dusk palette was like my reason for existence. So I had to play with those today. I wanted to kind of make it a little bit more fun by putting some blue in the waterline, but of course you don't have to do that. I just really love the way that blue in the waterline looks with like pinks and like plum colors. I feel like the contrast is really fun, and I love this look so much. So if you guys want to see how I got it, then please just keep on watching. Also, I did not want this video to be a voiceover, but it is a voiceover because someone is sleeping right there, literally right there. Actually 2 people. Milkshake is also sleeping. So jumping right into the look, the first color I'm grabbing is the shade Tickled, and I'm using this with a very fluffy brush, and I'm just basically working this into the crease, making sure that it's very blended out. This is going to be our transition shade, even though this isn't like a brown, like typical transition shade. It's kind of more rosy tone because all the other colors are more mauve pink shades. It kind of works perfectly as a transition. So the brush that I'm using is by ColourPop. I don't know the specific name, as I usually do. Like why would I know the names of the brushes I'm actually using, right? You know? So now I'm going into the color Spanked, and I'm working this on that outer V. I'm not really bringing it into the crease. I'm kind of just stamping it with a fluffy brush. This brush is not as fluffy as the ColourPop brush that we just used with the color Tickled. This one is a little bit more concentrated, but it's still very fluffy. So even though we're only working the shade on that outer V, it's still kind of blending itself out very well. It's like you can see here, I'm doing like stamping motions, but then I'm going in and blending, and this brush is perfect for that. And I believe that this is that ColourPop Pro Blending Fluff that I always use. Then I'm going in with that original ColourPop brush just to blend out any harsh lines. Of course, we're going to do this step multiple times throughout this tutorial because we don't like harsh lines ever. Now I'm going into the color Love Bite, which is the darkest color in the palette, and I'm using a Real Techniques. I believe this is like the Instapop shading brush or something like that. It's definitely Instapop something, because I remember the Instapop brushes are those ones with like a super weird angle on them. So I'm just using this to stamp this color on that outer V. This brush is much more dense, so this is not going to blend the shade out at all. Basically, it's just going to stamp the product on. Then I'm going to go in and blend it out with that Pro Blending Fluff that we used earlier. And that's how we're going to get rid of the harsh lines. Instead of using that Real Techniques brush, that would not have worked out at all because, like I said, it's extremely dense. It's really only helpful to stamp on the product. So now I'm going in with that ColourPop brush that we used originally and the shade Tickled. And I'm just kind of giving myself a wash of color on the lid. This is not really going to show up at all at the end, but I just really wanted to lay something down so that I have some color, so that even if there's a little bit of space where there's no glitter, you don't just see like my skin tone. You see at least a little bit of pink. Now I'm going in with my MAC 242 brush and the Too Faced glitter glue. This glitter glue is so old, but I haven't run out yet, and I honestly thought that I would by now. I even have a backup ready, but you know, I'm going to use all the product that I can. So I just applied this onto the lid, and I actually worked one lid at a time. So once I applied this, I went straight into the glitter shade. This is the color Infatuated. I had to use one of the glitter shades in here. I love Huda Beauty's glitters. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about them, but I honestly really like them. So I just applied this right on top of that glitter glue, and you can see I have very minimal fallout. I won't say that I had none, but for using glitter, the amount of fallout that I had is like really good. So I'm really happy with that. I'm just kind of patting that right on top of the glitter glue. Like I said, working one eye at a time is going to be best when you're using a glitter glue. Now I'm moving on to concealer. I'm using my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and I'm just applying this basically everywhere. You guys can see how tired I am, so we really need to pack this on. And then, as always, I'm going to blend this out with my damp beauty blender. There's nothing new here. You guys know how I feel about a beauty blender. I have felt about a beauty blender, or how I felt about a beauty blender, since, like, I don't know, the dawn of time. So I'm just stamping that out, and then I'm going to set that with the Too Faced Born This Way powder. I did not realize that I was using the concealer and the powder, but I do love both products. I think I might like the powder a little bit more. I do really enjoy this powder, and I feel like nobody really talks about it, but I think it's a good one. Now for my waterline, to switch things up, I'm using High Def Cyan Chromographic Pencil by MAC. I honestly love the way that this looked. Of course, you could do something more warm or mauve-y, or even black, or even a nude would look really nice. But I just wanted to make this a little bit more fun, and I love the way that the blue and the purple kind of contrast against each other. I wouldn't say the purple, like the mauve kind of contrast against each other. I love it. So I'm grabbing that darkest shade Love Bite with a flat definer brush, and I'm just running this right underneath of that pencil. I really want that pencil to stand out, so that's why I'm kind of putting that deepest shade right underneath there. Now I'm going with a pencil brush into the color Spanked, and I'm just blending that out just so that there are no harsh lines. Of course, this is the same thing I honestly say for every single step. I'm doing this so that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going into the color Crave with a very, very tiny brush, and I'm using this on my inner corner as a highlight. This color is so deceiving because I feel it doesn't look pink at all in the pan, and then as soon as I applied it onto my eyes, you can see it's like a very light baby pink. It still worked really, really well as an inner corner highlight. I just wasn't expecting it to be so pink. I expected it to be more champagne, almost even a little bit like a white gold, but that definitely was not the case. But I'm not mad. It still worked. Now I'm using my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, and I applied the glue onto my lashes, and it's getting tacky as of right now. And I'm just moving on to contour. I'm using one of the shades in my NYX Contour and Highlight palette. That was the left bottommost shade. None of them have names, so you saw which one I was using. And I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush, which I have been into again recently. I go through stages. Like, sometimes I'm into it, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm into different brushes, sometimes I'm not. So right now I'm into this one again. Now I'm using my lashes. These are the Flutter lashes in collaboration with Makeup Shayla. These are the oldest lashes of all time. I'm almost 100% sure that they don't sell them anymore. But I just felt like these would go so well with this look. They're so dramatic. I believe that these are called just like Makeup Shayla. They're not the Slayla lashes, which I know everybody was obsessed with, including myself. They're, I think, just called Makeup Shayla. For bronzer, I used Rodeo Drive by ColourPop and this big old Muffy, oh my god, Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, Muffy, that's hilarious. Morphe and Jaclyn Hill bronzer brush. That is honestly one of the funniest words that I've ever made up. Muffy? Like, come on. Muffy. Anyways, I'm applying my other lash, of course, because we're not leaving the house with only one lash. And then I'm going to move on to blush. I'm using this e.l.f. blush kit, and this is the dark shade. I went in with the blush. I'm not going to lie to you, but I always go in with the blush, so I feel like we're used to it by now. Like, I just feel like my looks are not complete unless I drown in blush. So that's what I did. I took the more pink shade in the palette and just kind of, you know, drown, basically. And now I'm contouring my nose using a different shade in the NYX Highlight and Contour palette. And the brush that I was using is by BH Cosmetics in collaboration with It's My Ray Ray. I don't even know if they have numbers, but it's kind of, it reminds me like of the Sigma E20 brush. Now I'm highlighting. I'm using Blissful by Ofra, which is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. It is kind of more of a rosy shade, so I figured it'd be perfect for this look, and it was. You can see how intense this highlight really was. I was obsessed with the highlight. And of course, you gotta apply it on your Cupid's bow. Gotta apply it on the bridge of your nose. I just could not be more happy. This is honestly, I would say, in like my top 5 highlighters of all time. You can just see the formula of Ofra highlighters in general are amazing, but I feel like the color of Blissful is just so perfect because it's not gold, but it's not too pink. So I just feel like it looks so good on my skin tone, and it just makes you look wet. Now I'm going in with my favorite lip pencil of all time. This is Grunge by ColourPop. I haven't used it in so long, and I don't even know what I was doing with myself. Why did I do that? I don't know. Then I just applied my liquid lipstick. This is Human Nature by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I put that right on top, and the color almost matched perfectly. Once you've got your lipstick on, then this look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Hi friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and this is going to be a very different video for me and for my channel at least. This is going to be, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to call it.